If you're thinking about moving to Chicago, you're going to want to hear my top 3 pros and cons about living in the Windy City. I grew up in the North Shore, but I've lived in Chicago since college. And as a native to the Chicagoland area, I absolutely love my hometown. Here are 3 things that truly set Chicago apart from other big cities, and 3 things that I kind of hate about living here. I love so many things about living here, but honestly, it's hard to pick just 3. First, Chicago has it all. No matter what you're into, great sports, culture, amazing restaurants, and most importantly for me, the art. Chicago lacks for nothing when it comes to museums, live theater, and music. We have one of the top 2 symphony orchestras in the world. Tons of shows open here before heading to Broadway, and our regional theaters, like Steppenwolf and the Goodman, are truly on par with the East Coast. Second is the lakefront. I'm always shocked when people come to visit and have no idea how big Lake Michigan is. It's more like an inland sea than a lake. I'm on the lakefront almost every day with my very active dog, Roxy. And you can't talk about the lakefront without also talking about the green space. Our parks and protected public spaces offer a huge variety of urban escapes. Lastly, Chicago is beautiful. Its architecture isn't just stunning, it's deeply embedded in the rich and sometimes scandalous history that shaped the growth of the city. I always tell people Chicago has great angles. No matter how I'm getting around, by car, on foot, or public transit, there's always something that surprises me in a good way. There's something just romantic about every season in the city. Now for the big negatives to consider before moving here. First, it's expensive, mostly because of taxes. I know people complain about the coasts, but even though the cost of living seems reasonable, the city piles on taxes and fees that cancel out any savings. Don't even get me started on the cost of parking. Chicago sold its meter rights to a private company in 2008, and now the city doesn't even make revenue. But the company jacked up all the prices, and everyone who drives feels it. Con number 2, winter. It would be fine if we actually had spring, but we don't. Chicago's weather can stay bad from January all the way into June. January and February are the worst. The cold temperatures and wind make you question your life choices. And by April and May, everyone's just grumpy. And lastly, political dysfunction. Chicago's got a long history of corruption, mismanagement, and bad budgeting. City services can be inefficient and totally inconsistent depending on where you live. The city continues to slap quick, expensive band-aids on long-term problems, leaving the next generation stuck with the bill. It's frustrating when you love this city and want better for it. You might be surprised I didn't include crime. That's because it's really localized. And the national headlines don't give an honest picture. In my day-to-day life, it feels no different than any other big city that I've visited. Just pay attention and go about your day. So, do you agree with this assessment? Would you move to Chicago? Or if you already live here, what would you add to this list?